feel good
Yeah,
about that?
better than we've been, and obviously we're looking to see those numbers continue to increase as we move forward. And we've got some guys that got some great free agent opportunities. Talked to Zach and Blake and Bryson Allen and Keyshawn last night. So, pleased for those guys to get an opportunity.
Did you talk to Deebo on draft night?
I did. Did just congratulate him and a lot of hard work put in there and some setbacks obviously in his career, but he's battled through them and it's going to help him in the long run. Facing that adversity, handling the adversity, and moving forward. So really proud of him.
I guess everybody saw the emotional video when his name was called. What was the conversation with you like?
Just congratulations. Just so proud of him. He and we've had our conversations before draft night. I can tell you that. So happy for he and Precious and the entire family, and just thrilled for him going to a really good situation, I think.
Yeah. Were you surprised Zach wasn't drafted?
Yeah, I was. Again, kind of like Taylor Stallworth the year before, really shocked. But again, Taylor made the team, and Zach will make a team. Zach's a really good football player, and pulling for him.
Outside of Cam, do you expect any of the other true freshmen to enroll for Maymester?
We're still working through that right now. There's some possibilities there. Jamie Robinson's a possibility, and we'll kind of see. Shiloh Sanders is a possibility, but we haven't finalized that yet.
How important can being here for Maymester be, both for the veterans who kind of stay and for the new guys?
Well, I think as much as anything, the amount of time that you spend on our campus, you familiarize yourself with school, the academic setting, all of those sort of things just continue to slow the process down for you as a young man, because you're facing a lot. Obviously, getting about 3 more weeks in the weight room, on the practice field, in the meeting room. So I think all of those things will help.
Is that little extra mester, whatever you call it, is that something you've had experience with before? Because I know not a lot of schools have those, I don't think.
No, I mean, not necessarily having freshmen enroll. Mm-hmm. Very, very seldom we have possibly some junior college guys that have their semesters ending right when the Maymester starts. So, but we have had it before. I do think it's a help.
With Deebo and getting picked up by John Lynch, guy you mentioned is someone you've got a relationship with. What's, I guess, the message you hear from him when he's looking at Deebo through the process?
They loved his tape, and as much as anything, they had him in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
And I think that was a huge exposure for them to see the everyday operation, how he practices, how he prepares, how he goes about his business. And obviously, Deebo had a great week there as far as the way he practices. But that's the way he does all the time, and that's what they just called to confirm some things that they saw at the Senior Bowl. This guy is a competitor. This guy's a great practice player, and that they want to know those things as much as anything. And I think the Senior Bowl is a huge hit for Deebo.
How important can the player-run practices kind of be for guys through the course of an off-season, and how important is it to have sort of the guys able to kind of organize, run those, that kind of stuff?
Well, it's where you really pull your leadership from to find out. There's in every exit meeting with every player, we talk about the things they need to improve on themselves individually, which collectively helps us as a football team. And that's a time for them to really work on those sort of things. Obviously, everybody can continue to learn our scheme on offense or defense better. And they can do that during those player-run practices, and that's a critical, vital part of having a really good football team in the fall. As I've said before at some of these Gamecock Club meetings, there's a lot to like about our team right now, but we've got to really improve over the months of May, June, and July.
Can you tell a lot about some of those leadership guys? Because I'm sure they report to you some about how guys do.
Sure.
Can you tell a lot about sort of their eye for the game when they can come back and say, this guy's doing this well, this guy needs to work on this, that kind of thing?
Well, it's interesting to hear, especially when they they'll evaluate our younger players as far as how those guys fit in, and players know. They know that they know the guys that belong, whether they're ready mentally or not. Sometimes don't know, but physically they're able to see the guys that know that they belong, a part of being able to help our football team.
Another DB drafted with Rashad. Is that something y'all can continue to push on the recruiting trail?
Well, sure. I think anytime football's a developmental game, and when you're able to show the track record, obviously that we have is outstanding. But to see guys continue to have opportunities, I think Keyshawn would have been drafted had not been in for the neck. Obviously, that was a situation there, but I think he's in a really good situation at Oakland. I think that they pinpointed him early in the process. And really, when you start drifting in the sixth, seventh round, sometimes being a free agent's better from a standpoint of making sure you're in the right situation for you, and you've studied those situations, or your agent studied those situations. So, again, it's all about the opportunity. That's what I told all those guys. You got a great opportunity sitting in front of you. Now you got to go make a team. This is not the end. This is the beginning.